Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with the season finale of Love and Marriage DC. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, it's the next morning at the getaway and whatnot. Okay, and so Monique and Chris, they're in the kitchen, and then everyone else comes down, and Monique has them doing IV therapy, right? So Ashley goes to get a game for them to play and a drink for them to drink. Okay, because it doesn't matter if they're getting IVs or not, they gonna infuse the IV with the liquor. Okay, so here we go. So the game that they're playing is, so who do you think you are? Who do you think they are? Something like this, child. So basically you pick a card and then you say who in the group you think the card best describes. So Chris picks a card first. And the card said, who do you think will still be having sex at 80? Now, me personally, I think Ashley and Quick. I frankly think it's going to be Ashley and Quick just going to have to get in line. But that's neither here nor there. Child, that's just a side note. We know it ain't Arena and Jamie, honey, because she don't want to be bothered right now. They doing better, but I don't think it's them. So then Neil pulled a card and it said, who probably had sex in elementary school? Elementary school? That is scary to even think of and quite gross, might I add. Okay, especially since I have a child in elementary school. Child, I wish he would. Honey, I don't play that. And I don't play that put your hand over your eyes so you don't see. No, get completely out. Okay, get the hell out and come the hell back in when I have it on the Disney Channel. Child, please. Moving forward. So as they're talking about it, Tasha says Neil was her first in the 12th grade. And, but that's not the only person that she's been with. So they're talking and he's like, yeah, I got caught a few times out there. I was doing the wrong thing. So then Quick pipes up and he's like, yeah, I was cheating. And Ashley was the same. And so Ashley was like, what's going on? So basically, Ashley moved in after she had the baby, and they were going to be a family and whatnot. And she was like, wait a minute, so you were cheating on me then? He's like, man, you know that. She said, no, I don't know that. So, honey, she's trying to figure out who was cheating on whom. Honey, was I cheating on you or were you cheating on me? Because I didn't know you were cheating on me. Because if you were cheating on me, then I'm about to cheat on you now, even though that was a long time ago. Okay? Ashley trying to figure it out. She had no idea he was cheating while they were living together. So the group is looking like, what is going on? Here go Monique. Oh, let me get some popcorn. Honey, pipe down. Sweep around your own front porch first before you start worrying about somebody else. So then Ashley gets upset and she's like, well, he had a dumb girlfriend. And he's like, that wasn't my girlfriend. So they're still giving confusion at this point. So she was like, well, who are we talking about? Child, don't let this be the tea/rumor that Winter was referring to. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I would not be discussing nothing about infidelity in front of Winter. Nothing. Now, I know they presumably are cool for the moment, but I'm not about to discuss my business in front of a heifer that has sat here and said she had tea on my man. I'm not about to do that, honey. I'm not going to give you ammunition for the gun. That's like you coming in and me providing you with the bullets. Absolutely not. I mean, it is nice that they're being transparent, but everything ain't for everybody. Some things you just need to keep to yourself. So Arena is confused too. And she's like, wait a minute, because they want to move on. She was like, no, we're not moving on. Is this something new? Like, explain to us, what are you talking about? Child, new or old, he should not have brought it up. Okay, at all. Now, this is something to be upset about because you just out of the blue start telling all our business. If we cheating, we cheating, but everybody don't need to know that. Moving forward. So in the confessional, Ashley was like, if Quick ever cheated on me, I got my lick back. Well, honey, if the tit for tat works, child, I guess. So later that night, the couples are dressing up as famous couples. Monique and Chris, they're Little Kim and Biggie. Arena and Jamie, they're Beyonce and Jay-Z. And Arena, let me say something to you, honey. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You look good. You don't need to do nothing else, Miss Ma'am. You don't need nothing else. I know you said you want to get you a little bit more, back there a little bit more wag and a drag, but that little teacup of booty that you got, that's good. You don't need no more. That is perfect for your frame. I was like, look at Arena. I know that's right, girl. So then they hear some roughhousing going on upstairs. Arena and Jamie, right? And they are wondering if it's Quick and Ashley. Now, they ain't getting it popping right now. She's still a little bit pissed. It's going to be a little bit later. So over in Monique and Chris's room, they're talking about what happened at the IV treatment. And Monique is kind of like filling Chris in because he was in the kitchen at the time. So basically, she's telling him all about the cheatation that Ashley and Quick were talking about. So Arena, back in her room, she was like, I was puzzled at the story. Like, that's what got me, because Ashley didn't even know what was going on. She didn't even know what he was talking about. Over in Quick and Ashley's room, they're getting ready to walk down to the theater so that they can host the couples dressing up as famous people. So everybody comes down, and Ashley and Quick, they're Ike and Tina. Baby, this wig that is cocked on Quick's head is a whole fool. I cannot believe these Ike wigs. Every time I see somebody with an Ike wig on at Halloween, I holler. Now, y'all know how I feel about a bad wig, honey. I don't care if it's a man, a cat, a dog, a rooster, honey. I don't care if it's T'Challa. I don't care who it is. I do not like that wig. Oh, that wig is so funny to me. Anyway, Neil and Tasha, the Erykah Badu and Andre 3000. Okay. Winter comes in, honey, and she's confused as to what's happening. So, child, because of last week's hymnal, she was named Yolanda Adams. That was so funny to me. I said, now Winter is Yolanda Adams, honey. Ooh, y'all crazy. So Arena notices that Quick was being, all lovey-dovey and whatnot. And she was like, you must be still mad. And she was like, yeah, I'm still mad. And she was like, because I feel like he should have kept that stuff to himself. That was like 20 years ago. Like, why are you talking about it now? So Quick said in the confessional, he was like, what does you getting your lick back mean? What does that mean? Come on now, Quick. We know that is self-explanatory. We all know. If you hit me, I'm going to hit your ass back. You know what that means. So she was like, that means if you hurt me, I hurt you. But I was just joking. I was just playing. I wanted to hurt your feelings. Girl, you were not joking. You were all the way to the for real. Whatever he did to you, you did it back to him. You've said that several times this season. Girl, not you was playing. Girl, go. So Ashley and Quick pose a question. If you met your mate today, would you still marry them? So Chris is the first one to speak. And he was like, Monique can be a bit much at times. She could be demanding, controlling. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't have it any other way. He said, at times I'm sitting here wondering, like, how can I keep doing this? But I love her and I would do this like 10 times over because I've never felt like this about anybody. Even my college sweetheart. Well, baby, what'd he say that for? Monique was like, all right. Don't nobody need to know all about that. Anybody ask about her? Okay, Monique, I think that has more to do with you than it has to do with Chris, because I think what he was saying, or what he was trying to say, is he was trying to let it be known that no matter how he felt for her, she didn't compare to the feelings that he has and had for you, which is why you are the wife and she's that ex. Girl, so she started to get upset for real. Monique, baby, calm down, honey. He said, I was just trying to make a point at how my love for you surpassed the love that I had for her, or even the feelings that I had for her. But I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything about it. I apologize. And I thought that was very nice for him to have empathy in that moment and understand exactly what she was feeling, although it might have been a little bit misdirected. But I thought it was nice that he didn't get defensive because, men, sometimes, not all men, okay? Not all men. I don't want y'all to think, that I think all men do this. But people in general, let me just say people in general, because it's not men, it could be women, whatever. I feel like people, when they see that you're upset or you're hurt, they immediately go into defense mode instead of trying to have empathy for your feelings. So the fact that Chris was just like, you know what? I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I was just trying to say that I love you and I've never felt a love like this before. It's giving Faith Evans. I never knew a love like this before. Because, he pretending to be Biggie and, Biggie was with Faith, and I'm just going to put it together. Child, I'm just going to put it together. But basically, he had a lot of empathy for her in that moment. And I love that for her. I really do. Monique, appreciate what you have. And Chris, appreciate your wife, because clearly she feels unappreciated. So now it's her turn, right? And she was like, well, I just feel like us getting that piece of paper really complicated things. So I can't say that I would do it again. Like, I would probably just stay together and be spiritually married and have kids, because I feel like we were more fun back then. Oh my God. Even though Chris had shades on, y'all, I could see the hurt in his eyes through the shades. His whole entire demeanor changed. His face dropped. Ma'am, why don't you just keep it real? Just say, I'm tired of being married to you and I want out. I don't feel the sparks that I felt when I first got with you. And it ain't giving what I think it's supposed to give. Okay? I want out. Okay. Now, this is the thing. If that is your truth, that's fine. If you don't think that you will remarry him, I'm glad that you are being honest. But you spoke later in the episode about being embarrassed. He's embarrassed in this moment. Like, you never seem to have anything nice to say about this man. That was a very stark contrast from his answer. Child, I was hurt for him. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Chris. Like, honey, it couldn't be me, honey. So in the confessional, Chris was like, it was very hurtful to hear her say that because, despite everything we've gone through, I would still do it again. Well, that's your truth and this is hers. So do with it what you will. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Moving forward. So then Jamie said, yeah, because Arena is so sweet and she's been the same way for 30 years. Aw, I love it. And I can tell she's sweet. I can tell Arena is a real sweetheart. So Arena said yes as well. She said they're happy in real life, not just for show. I know that's right, child. She said they worked on their stuff, honey, and they're good. Okay, we're good over here. Thank you. Oh, no, that's real. So Ashley said no because of the person that Quick was when she got with him. She was like, I met him when I was young. I was like 17, 18 years old. And I feel like over the past 15 years, I've had to help mold him, basically raise him. And I don't think that that's fair to me because nobody taught me how to be a wife, but I had to teach him how to be a husband. And that's why I feel like, now this is just my personal opinion. This is why I feel like you should wait to marry until you're in your mid or late 30s, because if you feel you want to, okay, because marriage is not for everybody. If you feel like you want to, because I feel like she's probably resenting him for the fun that she didn't get to have, as well as her trying to grow into a woman while trying to make him into a man. And I say, this is my philosophy. And this is coming from someone that got married for the first time at 23. That was the dumbest thing that I could have ever have done. Okay, so I'm speaking from personal experience. I feel like you need to have your fun and then later on in life, get married when you know what you want and who you are. Because it's very important to know exactly what you require. Because when you get in a marriage, that is a full-time job. And if you are not secure in who you are and know exactly what you bring to the table and what you want in addition to, it's going to fall the hell apart. I'm telling you, it is going to fall apart. And that is just my opinion. Moving forward. So Quick said, absolutely. And for all the reasons that you just stated, when I met you, you taught me how to love. And I didn't really have people that would stick by me, but that's exactly what you did. He said, and for that, I would definitely marry you again. Oh, that was a beautiful answer. I mean, they be cheating on each other one night, but probably not today's day, but they do love each other. I thought that was so sweet. In the next scene, everybody's back home. So Chris and Monique and the kids, they go horseback riding, right? So the kids over there horseback riding. So Monique and Chris, they go sit down and they want to talk. So he asked her about the getaway and, what she liked about it. And she said the biggest thing was the question that Quick and Ashley asked about getting married again. And he's like, well, my answer was yes. So he asked her, he said, so if I asked you again, you wouldn't say yeah? She said, she really didn't know. And she said she wouldn't until she saw some changes in Chris. So then she tells him that he needs to think before he speaks because him bringing up his ex was super embarrassing for her. Monique, you always see things one-sided. There are times that you have embarrassed him as well. And ma'am, he already explained and apologized for that. What more do you want him to do? Do you just want a problem? Are you just looking for a problem? I'm so confused by this. So Chris explains to her that he cared for the other lady, but not at the magnitude that he loves her. So she was like, there you go. You're doing it again. So then she starts to cry and tells him that he hurt her feelings and she feels like she always has to prove herself. Well, okay, I'm lost. This is why I'm lost. Because she was like, why should I be compared to the worst? How are you having to prove yourself when he said you're the best of the best? What? See, the thing I'm confused about is her being so emotional about him saying no other woman holds a candle to you. So that's something that's going on internally. And I feel like, I do remember her saying on Real Housewives of Potomac, growing up, she didn't have very many friends. She felt like she always had to prove herself. And on that show, I feel like she had to prove herself as well. So maybe that's triggering her, being compared to the ex. But honey, he's not saying anything negative about you. You're his one. That's what he wants you to understand. No matter who I dealt with, you are my one. And you cannot possibly believe that the man didn't have a relationship before he met you. Like, I understand having insecurities, but to make him feel horrible for complimenting how no other love compared to yours, honey, I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Moving forward. So Chris tells her he doesn't like to see her hurt, and he apologized yet again because his intentions were very pure. Child, I don't think the show is a good idea for this marriage. I really don't. It's just too much of a strain, and people are going to have their opinions. And I really think next season we might have to let Monique go. And I'm not trying to take your check from you, Monique. I just don't want this to affect your marriage. I feel like you needed this show as an outlet because I think you were harboring these things. In the next scene, Irena and Jamie, they're at home, right? So their son has to go to court, which is their oldest son. And he didn't want to tell them that he had to go to court. So he waited until the night before to tell them. Oh, child. They're concerned that he may do time because of the charges. He has gun charges as well as, controlled substances. So Jamie is telling him, basically Irena and Jamie, they're talking to him, right? And they're telling him how he needs to have his lawyer present him. He needs to tell the judge that he works. He's about to get a promotion. He's been trying to change. He stopped drinking. He stopped going out. All of that. He works with his parents. Like, really just sell him to the judge. He's telling us in a confessional that because of the charges, he could get 5 years minimum and 25 years max. That is so scary. Oh my God. Oh, child. So Irena, in her confessional, she was telling us that her dad went to prison when she was 7. Like, he was emotionally, verbally, and physically abusive to her mom. And she never got a chance to even have a relationship with her dad because he was a thug. She said he went to jail and he died in prison. And when she was saying that, I was like, that is so sad. And I know this is making her remember those times with her dad, and she does not want the same for her son. But, sometimes history repeats itself, but we going to speak into existence that he going to be good. Okay. We just going to speak it into existence. So they went to court. And the judge bumped it up to a felony. So now they have to go talk to his lawyer. So they get to the lawyer's office, right? The lawyer tells them that they have to go to the highest court, which is the circuit court. And now he could do even more time. Oh, child. So the lawyer's telling him that he could get a non-parolable amount of jail time. Lord, I pray every night that my son never sees the inside of a jail. And when I tell y'all that, I'm being 100% serious. That is a part of my nightly prayer. Because it seems like once you go one time, you're constantly in the system. It's like they just continue to harass you for life. And then you start getting used to going back and forth and back. Look at that situation with Tim Norman from Sweetie Pies. Y'all know he was incarcerated his entire teenage years into adulthood, got out and did that mess with Andre, and now he back in there probably for life. It's like, it's this mentality and the way things go once you get wrapped up in the system. And I do not want that for my black men. I really do not. And I definitely don't want that for my son. Oh, child, I know they're scared as hell. But like I said, we're just going to speak into existence that he going to get his life together. Get yourself on track, okay? Stay the course. Go to work. Do what it is you have to do and come home. I know that doesn't sound like a lit life, honey, because, when they're younger, they want to be lit and whatnot. But, baby, I'd rather be in the house, bored in the house and in the house bored than to be in jail. I'm just saying. Moving forward. In the next scene, Ashley is having a launch party and baby Winter actually got an invite. Hey, girl. Chris and Monique, they arrive and he's like, well, Monique isn't really talking to me, so I can tell she's still upset. And you should be upset, too. She embarrassed you at that retreat and you ain't said nothing. So then Irena and Jamie, they arrive and they said even though they're having a tough time with their son, they want to celebrate Ashley. So then Quick and the authoress, Ashley, and the kids, they arrive. Hey, y'all. And, they come in, they work the room. Hey, speaking to everybody and whatnot. So all of the ladies are standing in a circle and they're talking, right? And Winter is saying that she's happy to be in the building because she almost didn't make it. Girl, listen. It was that song that saved you, and they ain't fooling me. If you would have never broke out with that ditty, Ashley would have still been on your neck. But she thought you were a little bit fun because you had that little silly song, child. But if you didn't have that song, child, you would still be on the outside looking in. Over with the men, they're whispering about the surprise that Quick had set up for Ashley. Y'all know what? As I was watching this, y'all know what this reminds me of? Y'all know what Ashley's book release reminds me of? It reminds me of the show Girlfriends. I'm pretty sure most of us watch Girlfriends, if not all. Maya Wilkes, her character on there when she wrote that book, oh, hell yes. Y'all remember that? Ashley would definitely be the Maya of the sister circle. This is giving me oh, hell yes vibes. It's definitely giving me Maya Wilkes. That's just a side note. So while they're waiting for Ashley to come out, Raina and Jamie go into the restroom to get it popping. Child, y'all ain't doing nothing in that restroom with that line of people outside. Girl, child, anywho, moving forward. When they come back out, they make a toast to Ashley's book, and the book is called Do This. Okay, didn't I tell y'all? Oh, hell yes. Child, not oh, hell yes. Ashley, I am proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Shout out to Drake. So she gets up to speak her speech, and she's basically saying, like, this is my moment to be just me. Not a mom, not Quick's wife, just Ashley. And so she reads a little excerpt from the book, and then she reveals the book cover. The cover looks good, Ashley, because I know she was a little bit apprehensive about taking the pictures. Okay, I see what you're doing now. So Quick gets up there, and he's like, well, you know, Ashley been asking me for this for the past few years. And so she started taking off her ring, right? And I'm like, girl, let him surprise you. So he's saying how much he loves her. And when they got engaged, it was terrible because his shoulder was broken. He was in a cast. They got married in Jamaica because he wanted to. She basically never got the engagement that she deserved or that she wanted. So today he was going to fix it. So then he gets down on one knee and re-asks her to marry him. And then Tank starts singing. Here go Ashley. Hey, Tank. Ashley, stay focused. Okay? I want you over there trying to get your lick back. Stay focused, child. And baby Tank gonna sing and pull out that keyboard if he don't do nothing else. But y'all know what? The thing that I loved about this is that their kids got to witness it. I love the fact that their kids were there. That was so sweet to me. So Winter is saying a little something in her confessional, and she's just like, you know, I'm just hoping being here for this is the birth of something new between me and Ashley. So Monique said the group started out as social and now it's grown into a family. But all I could think of was Chris gonna catch hell on the ride home, honey. Because Monique gonna be like, I just feel like, you know, the fact that we're spiritually not getting rings and people are not singing for me, honey, it's gonna be a whole fool. Charlie's gonna be a whole fool. Ooh, Monique gonna light him up on that ride home. Do y'all hear me? So Ashley said that the ring represents a new chapter in their marriage. They've had 13 chapters and they're hoping for 100 more. And that was the end of the episode. And that was the season finale. Next week is reunion. I hope it's just one part. They didn't say part one. So I'm thinking that the reunion is just one part, which is all it should be, honey. Bring out the scammer. Winter get to fussing with Ashley. Winter talking about she got receipts. Girl, what are receipts? Okay, because I ain't buying it. I feel like if you had receipts, you would have said something a long time ago. Anywho, Raina and Jamie still making TikToks and doing what they do. Jamie grew on me after a while. Okay, it was a little touch and go there for a minute. But Jamie all right with me. Hopefully their son is all good. Monique probably still fussing. Chris probably still listening. And sing. Y'all don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below exactly how you felt about this episode. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.